Just been doing a walk around for our exercise with the dogs. I've been trying to leave the exercise till later in the day, but the dogs are used to their morning walk. So we combined it. We're going around the houses looking for the green flags to check everyone's all right. Always feel like peering in at each house to look where the flag is. Feels like I'm being dodgy. Some sort of nosy neighbour thing going on. It's a dreich morning. So I've spent the morning fighting with the Universal Credit website, again the digital identity website. Oh, there's little Pancho. Paying rent, council tax, doing all that online stuff, mailing the landlords, and all those boring jobs. But I'm trying to have a day where I try and achieve a bit less. Just a rest day while still doing all the stuff. It makes sense to me. It's just a change of perception. That's 3 streets checked, and then we're going to check this street and get home and dry the dogs. Wait, over. We're so lucky to live where we do and have a garden. We've also got our own water feature, which is fantastic. Good for showering after you've been out for a walk. Should we get you dried? Get you dried, get a treat. Another day on the computer filling in forms. People were a bit concerned after my video the other day complaining about trying to apply for universal credit. So I'd just like to reassure people not to worry, we're fine. But we might not be at the end of the month. So, and if the assistance is there and available, then we should apply for it. So don't panic, we've got food in and things, and we're all right. But a lot of folks seem to have this, people are kind of going, oh, you're eligible for this and you're going to get that, and HRMC is going to give you this, and because the government have announced all these packages. And I got a snotty email off government the other day after a petition I'd signed saying, oh, there's plenty measures in place for self-employed people. It's great, you can do this, and they listed all the things, these fantastic packages they've announced. And so on principle, I'm going through them all. I've applied today for the Highland Council tax reduction or discount. And after jumping through and signing in and doing all that and giving them a pint of blood and my firstborn child's soul, it finally said, oh, might be able to give you £9 a week off your council tax, but we'll need more details. The details are Andrew's earnings for the last few months. Well, he's self-employed, so we won't know until his accounts are done, and the accounts office is probably shut. They want his pension contributions. It's probably only 20 quid a year. Oh, I don't know. We don't have that sort of info to hand, and quite frankly, it's not worth digging out for 9 quid a week. Universal Credit, I've been on to them again. It's still another 3 days waiting time possibly for them to verify my passport before I could proceed with the rest of the form. So I'm checking in with that every day. What else have I tried? Oh, I'm trying to find out about the grants. And I can't even find what address the rates that are discounted for where I rent are. Yeah, so to get this business grant, yeah, it depends on if you're not paying rates, which I'm not, but it's registered to the landlord's company, so I was trying to get to the bottom of that one, because we don't even know what the address is called, because there's a few buildings on site, and there's often confusion about which one's which. So, yes, jumping through all the hoops, no benefits whatsoever. The government package is to help self-employed people who are self-isolating and doing the right thing is a load of... So not only is it freezing in the studio and the fire won't light, come on, fire light, light, but the Wi-Fi won't work and I can't get music to play. Ah! So I realise it's probably a bit insensitive and insulting to people, me ranting and raving about the difficulties of applying for government assistance and help during this lockdown, because some people of course have to live their lives like that and can't work at all and are permanently fighting that system. So my apologies to them, and we know the system's horrific, but there are much more articulate people out there than me who can talk about everything that's wrong with our system and how it fails the vulnerable in society, and the poor and the sick are treated like muck. I'm only really doing these videos from my personal point of view, and I've certainly had to jump through all these awful hoops in the past to survive, and I'm very lucky and privileged now that I can still do some work and pay my own way. And it's those experiences in the past that give me a real insecurity about jumping through all these hoops and filling in government forms. I just have a deep distrust of them. And the next, you know, one hand they'll say, oh, we'll give you £9 a week, and then in the next hand they say, oh, actually you owe us £2,000. Yeah, it's beyond Orwellian, the system, and self-employment is a great way of being free from all of that when it works. But of course we're all in it together, and as soon as something like a global pandemic hits, then that freedom and liberty of just working hand to mouth and doing your own thing has gone out the window. So now I'm slave to the system, same as people who are always slave to the system. So you have my every sympathy, those of you that live stuck with that nonsense all the time. It's trade secrets time. This turns to this with a hammer, and then I put it on the pottery. Don't try this at home. You could use tweezers. There we go. What a lovely glass. There's the candlesticks, all loaded in. This is how I make water kefir, or kefir I think it's called. I use crystals and then fruit, and you ferment it for a few days and it's meant to be good for you. It tastes pretty nice. I tried applying for the small business grant that have been advertised. There's £10,000 of a grant available to small businesses that are eligible for small business rate exemptions or something through the Highland Council. So I managed to speak to a human on the phone line who was very helpful, and because the building's not in my name, it's in the owner's name, I'm not eligible for that grant either. So my mission to apply for everything that self-employed people are supposed to be eligible for continues. Nothing so far.